Yo, what's up, you guys? It is Wednesday, October 1st, and we are back with another TnS Daily review. So, jumping right into things, we basically had only one setup here. If you look way to the left, you could have seen this in time. We had a short setup up here, and that's pretty much the first setup that we get. So, I'm just going to fast forward just a little bit and just kind of went a little too quick there, but stopping it right there. We had this short setup here, and you can see there was a long setup formed here. Now, truly, the bias was bullish, but this short setup did end up playing out. And truly, you could have, of course, taken the short if you really wanted to. And this one got one tick away from being stopped out. And so I do want to point that out. If I zoom in here, you can see we did not end up hitting that stop loss. It got one tick away, legit one tick away from the 25-point stop. You can see it did not hit it. And then it eventually got TP all the way down, pretty much. So if you shorted here, 25-point stop, you can see, even though I put it on there to visually see it, we did not hit 25 points. It was able to get TP for a very nice 74 points all the way back down to the target, even though it looked like it was going to be bullish. So trade number one is going to be a win for 74 points. Okay, now backing up to that other long setup that we had in between, this one was kind of unfortunate because, like I said, the bias was bullish. It's just that this one had to fail for the short to win, pretty much. But once again, bias aside, if you're taking these fully mechanically, you would have been in the short first, and you would have been just, in the short trying to get to TP, and you wouldn't have even taken it long, realistically. Now, if you had a different type of bias like I did, you would have taken this long and probably got stopped out because both of these entries did get stopped, just marking out the stop losses for both. Doesn't really matter because they both got stopped. But yeah, you can see that it did just go run straight through it. So that's going to be trade number two as a loss. And we didn't have too many subs today, so I'm just going to fast forward it here. You can see we got two long setups here, but we never came back for those. But then we tagged in this one up here, and this one it did end up winning. So you can see it's for 17 points. So trade number three is going to be win for 17 points. And now just to turn on historical mode and show you that it does end up playing out even after it gets TP. You can see it did hit the TP right about there. Now, unfortunately, if you held a runner here, it would have got stopped back break even on the runner, but it was still able to get TP and could have held just a little bit extra points there. Now, moving on to our next setup, it took us a while to make one. Once again, I'm in historical mode, so if there is a setup here, it's going to show up and stay there, even if I miss it. So you can see we formed a long setup right about here. It's a long for 17 points again, and this will be trade number four. This one also ended up winning, so it's going to be trade number four as a win for 17. And now just show you it did get TP right there. Now this one you could have actually held a runner and you could have got away with holding a runner for a while. But that was pretty much our last setup of the day, and that's going to lead us into 4 o'clock. And you can see we did form two shorts, but they were not able to get tagged in because that's pretty much the end of the day. And you can see this is actually the 4 o'clock candle right here as that short is formed, and which means that trade number four is going to be our last trade of the day. So let's tally it up and get our final results. All right, so these will be our final results for the 1 minute TnS today. And today it walked away with 3.3 R, 83 points, and that's with 3 wins and 1 loss today. So a pretty low setup count today, but it was still able to walk away pretty decently green. Now, even if you did take the, say you skipped on the short and still took this long and took a loss, you were still able to make your money back later on in the day. You of course wouldn't be super green like you would be if you took, the first short, but you'd still be green. So I did just want to point that out. Even if you took only trade number 2, 3, and 4, you would still walk away green today. But yeah, guys, gonna wrap it up for this daily review, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.